Now that we're well into January and the real world Lunar New Year is less than a month away, now is the perfect time to start getting extra hyped for the upcoming 2019 Overwatch Lunar New Year event. And one of the best ways to do that is to start talking about new skins. In this video, I'm going to be running through some of the best new skin ideas we could be seeing for different heroes during this year's event, and hopefully at least some of them will end up being in-game. This is Master Ian Gamer, and let's get into it. Now, based off the different real-world cultures which celebrate the Lunar New Year, as well as what we've seen with skins for this event in the past, we can expect that most, if not all, of this year's skins are also going to reflect the East Asian aesthetic. And so, the perfect skin to start off on is Samurai Hanzo. Now, I realize that Japan doesn't celebrate the Lunar New Year to quite the same extent as other nations like China and Korea, but the skin would still fit very well with the overall theme of the event, and to be fair, it is a very cool design. Despite both Hanzo and Genji being Japanese, Hanzo would work better for the samurai outfit, since Genji, of course, better fits with the sort of ninja aesthetic. Hanzo feels like he'd make for a better candidate, and he looks pretty awesome in the iconic samurai helmet and armor. It actually seems kind of surprising to me that he doesn't already have a skin like this. But hey, that just means that he's a prime candidate to be getting it in the near future. But if we're going to be talking about possible skins for Hanzo, we also of course have to consider his brother Genji, which is why I'm going to bring back up a skin concept which I've mentioned many times in the past, and that's Festive Kimono Genji. This is of course based off of his Winter Wonderland ornament spray where we see him in a green kimono, and overall it'd be a nice sort of casual festive aesthetic that he doesn't really have in any of his current skins. While I will admit that it doesn't quite fit the normal outline for Genji, which is very important for all the different heroes' skins, but I'm sure Blizzard could find a sort of creative solution to keep the sort of festive kimono aesthetic while maintaining Genji's same outline. But in addition to this one, we have another skin concept done by the same artist depicting Genji as a dragon dancer. Now, dragon dancers are very iconic in Chinese festivities and celebrations, so it would make sense for a hero to get a dragon dancer skin as part of the Lunar New Year. And I gotta say, I really like the design they came up with for this skin. The colors of it, along with the curved dragon sword, would certainly make it stand out as a very unique design, and one that I'm sure many Genji players would love to have. But moving on to a different hero, while still talking about the Dragon Dancer skin concept, we have Dragon Dancer Orisa. Given that real-world Dragon Dancer costumes often feature multiple people making up one single dragon, the fact that Orisa has 4 legs actually fits this idea pretty well. She would just need a proper fur texture on her body to make it look like a dragon costume, and then her head could easily be designed to look like the head of a dragon. Given that Orisa overall has a criminally low number of skins, I would love to see her get something like this in this year's event. However, there are some alternatives for her when it comes to the Lunar New Year. Another skin design for her that I absolutely love is a guardian lion. These creatures are often depicted as stone statues across China, and they look very impressive. Given their mystical creature design, once again, Orisa is a perfect candidate to be the hero who gets a skin like this. And if it looks anything like the design we see in this concept, it would look very cool. It could be adorned with tons of little details and may even have some specific voice lines to reference Chinese mythology. Another mythical creature though that could easily be made into an Arisa skin is the Qilin. Qilin are essentially the Chinese equivalent of a unicorn and often symbolize good luck and prosperity. While it is visually similar to the other skin ideas I already presented for her, it still has a slightly different design and of course a vastly different mythological background, which Blizzard may be interested in fleshing out in terms of a skin for Orisa. Regardless of which design they end up going with, Arisa does need some new skins, so I certainly hope she gets at least one of these for the upcoming Lunar New Year event. Moving on to a new hero though, given that this year's zodiac animal is the pig, it would make sense for at least one hero to get a skin that, in some way or another, references a pig. And one of my favorite ideas, which I've seen a number of different people suggest, is Pig Wrecking Ball in a dumpling mech. Now, I couldn't find any proper artwork for this, so I kinda had had to just make my own. But overall, I think it's a ridiculous concept that both fits the hero and the event. Hammond himself would be replaced with a little pig, and the mech would be somehow designed to look like a dumpling. I don't know how exactly that would work when it comes to the legs and guns and everything, but hey, Blizzard managed to make it a pumpkin for the Halloween event, so making it a dumpling shouldn't be too difficult. We actually already know that Wrecking Ball likes dumplings from one of his sprays, so it would make sense for him to get something similar to this. Overall, it's a very ridiculous skin design, but hey, Wrecking Ball is kind of a ridiculous hero, so it's not like it wouldn't fit him. However, if you're looking for something a little more normal, so to say, we could also get a skin similar to this one, where Hammond himself is designed to look like a panda, and his mech is designed to look like a large Chinese lantern. Pandas, of course, are strongly associated with China, and paper lanterns like this are commonly used in many East Asian festivities. Therefore, it would be a perfect skin to fit with this event, and overall would introduce a rather interesting new design for the hero. This is one skin that I could possibly even see as just being an epic skin. Perhaps the mech maintains its same default skin model, but takes on a sort of red and gold pattern to make it look like a lantern when in ball form. And then Hammond himself could either just be recolored to look like a panda, or maybe they'd even then go the extra step to change up his model to make him look a little bit more like one. Overall, I'm a massive fan of Wrecking Ball getting skins where Hammond himself is switched up to a different animal, so whether it's a pig, a panda, or some other creature, I would love to see a skin like this added in game. Next up, we have Dragon Gauntlet Doomfist. This comes straight from his spray from last year's event, and to be honest, it definitely looks like it could possibly be a new skin for him. Like Chinese Lantern Wrecking Ball, I could easily even see this one just being an epic, where they adjust the color of his clothing, and then possibly remodel just the gauntlet itself to look more like a dragon. But then again, they might go the extra mile and make it a full-on legendary, where they give him a completely different outfit overall, to again better fit with the East Asian theme of the event, and possibly give it a more fully realized design. I do think maybe an epic skin would be the best course of action though, as Doomfist, despite being in-game for well over a year at this point, has yet to get a single new event epic skin. To me, this seems like one of the perfect opportunities for him to get one, so I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for this being part of the upcoming event. Similar to Doomfist, a number of other heroes have sprays in-game from previous Lunar New Year events, which show them wearing outfits that fit with the theme of the event. Some of them are pretty simple, and I don't think we'd even see them as an epic skin in-game unless Blizzard were to go ahead and expand on the design a little bit. Widowmaker's is pretty similar to the one she did get last year, so I don't really think she's probably going to be getting that. But Mercy's in particular, with the Paracel as a healing staff, definitely seems like an idea we could be seeing. They might need to detail it a bit more than what we just see here, but overall, it's another skin idea that I think a lot of Mercy players in particular would be super excited to have added. And last but far from least, we have one of my personal favorite ideas, which I've unfortunately been unable to find any proper concept artwork for, and that's Firework Cart Bastion. Now, as I tried to replicate here with my own mediocre Photoshop skills, when in turret form, his minigun barrel is replaced with a wooden box filled with fireworks. It of course won't actually shoot out the rockets and will still just be a minigun, but the design will be that of a cart full of fireworks. And of course, he could even have wooden wheels mounted on the side to make it look more like a wooden cart. But where it gets really exciting is when we go into his tank form. The cannon on the front of his tank form is replaced with a massive dragon rocket, complete with a lit fuse on the top. Once again, it'll of course fire out cannon projectiles. It won't actually launch the dragon rocket itself, but the aesthetic, I think, would look absolutely amazing. And when in tank form, his treads would be replaced with wooden wheels to again simulate the idea of a wooden cart, and just for the heck of it, Ganymede could even be designed to look like a tiny dragon. I gotta say, this could be a really cool skin if Blizzard designed it properly, and if any of you artists out there are interested in drawing up a design for this, I would love to see it. I'm not entirely sure what his recon mode would look like, probably some kind of hybrid between his Woodbot and previous epic skin from the Year of the Rooster, but once again I trust that Blizzard could come up with something very fitting and very cool to fit this idea. And that does it for all the ideas I have in this video. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you thought of them, or if you have any other ideas of your own that I didn't mention here. Also, as I mentioned a bit with the Bastion skin, if you're an artist yourself and you're interested in drawing any concepts for any of these skins, I would love to see them, so feel free to hit me up on Twitter or something if you end up designing any. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already seen my previous Lunar New Year video where I talk about the start date and the possible leaks we've had so far for it, you can check that out through the cards on screen. And otherwise, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and share it with a friend if you really liked it. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit up the bell to never miss any of my future Overwatch content. This is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time,
恭喜發財！